Hi everybody, it's Royal Ruby. I just wanted to do a quick video, some cold weather camping tips for everybody. So I'm doing a camping trip next week. I'm going to be in a very cold climate, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick video just to let you know what I'm taking with me, because I've camped in the cold before and I know what you really need to have with you. You only learn from going and doing it, guys, because you can watch as many YouTube videos as you want and you will get information and you will get knowledge and you will get tips like what I'm giving you today. But the best way is for you to go and figure it out for yourself. Okay, so get out there and take your trips. Don't let the cold weather stop you. So stay tuned. Here we go. Here comes the tips. Okay guys, here's tip number 1 for the video, for the cold weather video. You're gonna need a heat source, okay? So I recommend, I use the Mrbuddy, and it takes a 1 pound bottle of propane. It heats about 95 square feet of space, and I only have about 35 square feet of space. So it works fine. You wanna honor the clearances on the unit. You wanna make sure you have 24 inches on the front, 30 inches on the top, 0 in the back, and 6 inches on the sides. And you also wanna make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector, so that you can detect if you do get any levels of carbon monoxide in the van. This is my best friend in cold weather camping. I have it right now up to about 66 degrees in here. When I started out, it was 45. So it's been on about an hour and I've already come up about 20 degrees. It's my best friend, cold weather camping. So I strongly recommend that. The other thing I recommend is this electric blanket. Now I have a Sunbeam electric blanket. You can buy whatever you want. It has an auto off button on it. It has a preheat button. It has low to high temperatures. This is a must-have if you're camping. But if you don't have the right power source, you may not be able to use it. I know I pull about 180 watts in preheat mode and about 85 watts in high mode. So as you can see now, I'm plugged in here. I'm at 86%. I'm pulling at about 80, 68, 88 watts. So, you know, you're going to use power, obviously, but I'm going to a campground next week that has electric, so I don't have to use my solar power. I can just use electric. I can plug into electric the whole time, so I'm not really worried about it. But if I was going to be camping somewhere that did not have electric, I may not bring my electric blanket because it will pull down your power a little bit. But I love having it, and I think it just keeps you nice and comfortable and warm. And mine has like this really soft outside kind of to it. And you can wash these. This whole thing unplugs so that you can wash your blanket, which is also makes it a really nice blanket. And I can't remember how much I paid for this because I got this like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was like $80 for this blanket. And then in addition to that, I have my Sherpa Blanket, which it's really, really soft. You can see this side is soft, and then you have the Sherpa on the inside. And then I have my Coleman 30 to 40 degree sleeping bag, which if I get cold, I can climb inside of there. And that's awesome too. So I kind of have like a nice little layered system there. And then Teddy has, believe it or not, you're not going to believe it, but I created a sunroom for Ted. So Teddy has a sunroom. And what I did is I just put my cutting board, my bamboo cutting board across the sink, and I put a pillow here for him. And then I could also put the pillow over top of the refrigerator, but he seems to like this spot better. So he lays on top here, and Teddy has a sunroom. Isn't that awesome? And the reason we do this is because we spend more time in the van in the winter months than we do when we're camping in the summer months. So it's nice for him to have a sunroom to hang out in. The other feature that, you know, I strongly recommend is using a Mr. Coffee or some sort of coffee system that you don't have to go outside to use your stove. Some people have their stove where they cook inside. I tend to cook outside. I can set it up for inside cooking, but I prefer to cook outside. So what I do is I set my dining canopy up, my Alvantor tent up, and I set my camp stove out there with my two burner. In the wintertime, I use my two burner because the one burner stove, you don't want to use butane in the winter months because butane will die on you. It literally will not work. So I use my two burner propane stove, and then I you know, go out there and cook once it heats up outside. But for now, in the morning, I use my Mr. Coffee. I just plug it in down there to my Jackery. My 1000-watt Jackery has an AC plug for it. I plug it in. I make my coffee. I sit inside the van. I make sure I have like granola bars in my little dry food storage area. I can sit here and have breakfast in the van. I don't have to go outside. If I have to go to the bathroom, I have my little pee container. You know, I don't have to go outside to use the toilet. I can just stay in here until the weather starts to heat up. So that's another tip, is make sure you do have the ability to have your breakfast, have your coffee in the van in the morning. You know, I have everything set up in here so I don't have to go out to the dining canopy to get anything. And, you know, I can get dressed and go out and wash up once it gets a little warmer outside. So yeah, you could pretty much hang out in here for, you know, a couple hours until the temperature gets where you're comfortable. You could also, of course, start your van up and heat your van up with your car itself, your car heater. That's another option if you don't want to, you know, use a Mrbuddy. Some people are sensitive about using a Mrbuddy. They don't like the idea of having propane on in the van. Just start your van up and heat it up that way, guys. That works just as good. But yeah, that's pretty much my tips for winter camping. I hope it was helpful. Oh, I forgot. You want to make sure you have comfortable shoes. Like I have these little wool slippers that I use in the winter. I just slip them on. They're by TAOS, Taos, and they have fur on the inside. And obviously a beanie and a warm coat. I mean, that goes without saying. You want to dress appropriately. Bring your dog, your pet, a little coat. You know, that's you know, just common sense stuff. But I hope it was helpful. There's a lot of stuff that I do a lot different in the winter than I do in the summer, but these are the main things that I think really make a difference and make you comfortable. So have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.